Well, it's off. I knew there was a reason why I never used this come along, because it's broken. Apparently it can't bear the weight, but that'll be fine right where it's at. And that'd be because I don't got a choice. I'm thinking that needs a trip in the sandblaster. That hurt. Yeah, so if you yank this off, put it in the sandblaster and make it a little bit faster. But hey, any little bit helps, right? Not that bad. Alrighty, now that I got all the rear end bracketry welded on in place permanently, time to move on to something else. I know I need to pull it all apart and rebuild it, but I also have to do the Crossmember. So I don't know, it's about 102 degrees right now, so motivation is about that much. So trying to keep things rolling here, you know. But that didn't turn out too bad, I guess, for a rookie. So figure still kind of hot. So I can move back on to my Crossmember here, which I cut out last time. And then while I was laying on the beach in Florida, you know, contemplating my life's decisions, I decided that maybe I'll go ahead and reuse that instead of making a new one, simply because I like the idea of being traditional, not anything new. But I did take and cut the Crossmember, you know, close to the frame there, so I can actually weld it back in pretty easily. Because what I would need to do, slice it here, and this would flatten out, and then here would kind of come up a little bit here. So it actually, if I measure, it'll actually get 2 inches wider as this flattens out, because it would come this way. So it'll get 2 inches wider, so I got plenty of meat to weld it back in there if I want to do that. So if I do that, it'll be easier to mount the spring, because I've got the original spring clamps here, which obviously will work perfectly. But if I build a Crossmember from scratch, then I got to figure out a way to clamp that spring to a 2x-inch tubing, which means I'll probably flip this upside down. I don't know. I was thinking about it while I was at the beach, and I was like, this seems like more work than it's worth, so I'm going to stick with this guy here. So I think that's what I'm going to work on at the moment here. Ow. Alrighty, so now I got a little something to work with there. So let me figure out how to make a jig. Take and use this as a welding jig. Make some use out of this stupid lift. That's 100% always in my way, except when I need it. Then it's invaluable. Flatten that out. Alrighty, so here is how this bad boy is going to lay out. It's a little extra crunchy on this side for some reason, but we're going to ignore that. So I need a little final fit up, but as you can see, that flattens that guy out about 4 inches, so that should lower the back end of this thing just enough. And once I get all the weight and everything else in there, and if I have to adjust it, I can do it with longer shackles. But I'm already going to flip the spring eyes over, so I think I should have plenty of stance that I want. So just in case I got a backup plan here. But that is going to work. So a little weldy action, and we're going to stick it back in there. Alrighty, so with this thing popped back in place, I'm liking this much better. This was a good call. So just need to trim the sides here a little bit and scoot it back and forward to the original position, buzz it in, and make a little backing plate for here, or filler plate. Beyond that, that's a much nicer setup than just having a tube there. So. Yeah, because I definitely like it being more of a traditional style than more modern street roddy crap. So I like to throw all this stuff in the garbage and keep the old stuff. Well, at least some of it anyway. So let's score this out here and whackety whack it. I think that'll work. Get it close enough anyway. Trying to get a few things buttoned up because I have to go on another work trip. Last week I spent a week in Florida, which 2 days was on the beach, so I can't complain, but I'm gonna go back and do some more stuff. It's just part of the game, you know. I do technical support for an air conditioning company, so I work from the house, which I work from my shop most of the time. And some days it's like having a day off, but trade-off is sometimes I have to go places. So it's a fun balance, which it's kind of hard to walk away from something like that. Yeah, one day. Well, between this project, the house project, and traveling, I'm well, let alone getting the house ready to sell, I'm busier than a three-legged dog around here. So, trying to get some things accomplished, make me feel better about myself, but you know, it is what it is. I want your protection. I guess that's bad. Shoot. Oh yeah, baby. She's gonna work just fine. Just a nudge. Ta-da. Just a touch more, she'll be good to weld in. I like that a lot. Hard to reach, dude. Yeah, I need to get some larger wire apparently. This is what I use for sheet metal, it's all I had currently. And boom, got that sucker welded in. And I'm liking the way that looks. Gonna be all right, all right. But yeah, that's I like the way that that works out. So little finish grinding on it, and I think it will be ready to throw some paint on. Got to flip it over, weld in the cross member there, finish welding the bottom here. I added these plates to box all this in here, so it's mucho better than it was. At some point I need to straighten this piece, it's bent right here, but that's not going to be today's adventure. I'll do a little cleanup, flip this thing over, weld the bottom, and hopefully have this thing painted by you know, maybe the end of next week would be my goal. Then I can do start to get to a roller, which would be fantastic, because currently it's kind of in my way. And I want to get rid of the lift. So once she's a rolling, there will be a strolling, as they say. Well, nobody says about me, but you know, it is what it is. See how I like that, you little prick. That had to happen. Went to Cars and Coffee, came home, went to go in the garage, boom, hornet flies down, stings me on my nose. What kind of bullshit is that? Anyways, they're dead now, so let's get to work. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, nobody cleaned it while I was gone. Winner! These are the bumper brackets that all the 36 cars have, but since I'm building this new pickup, I don't need these, so I'll go ahead and get rid of them. And while I'm here, yes. Right. So you'll notice that this back bar is bent. Looks like it took a hit here in the bumper and is just done tweakered this guy out. So I'm going to go ahead and straighten this while I'm here and clean this section up too. As you can see, it's off by just a little bit, so just going to do a little slice in it, pull it out, weld it up, and be done. In theory, anyway. Well, that didn't quite work out as anticipated. So, brute force will persevere. Well, the side rail ain't bent, it's just the back, so I don't know. I guess I'll make another slice and give it a little more of a dice. Seemed like it'd be a lot easier than this. This guy is bent here. It's just strange because it's straight here. See, this bracket is not parallel with this, but yet the other one is. Alright, well. So this is taking on a different turn here. Well, sort of, because this side of the frame is bent. And what I've discovered is this side is twisted ever so slightly. So if you're looking, you can see the bottom sticks out just a touch. And over here does not. Maybe we should get a square. And per usual, move some of the garbage out of the way. So that is nice and square there. That is not square there. Square there. Definitely not square there. So this whole bottom is twisted out, so I'm having trouble getting this side to come up. So how the hell do I fix that? I'm not quite sure yet. Thinking maybe I just cut it down here, a slice on the bottom rail, then I can give it all a tweak, because it's square here, it's just not square here. Maybe cut it on the bottom here. Let's just relieve some of that tension a little bit there. Or grab and twist this whole thing yet. That's one of those things that have been nice to know yesterday before I welded the boxing plates, which, I mean, it's square at that point, so it's not really going to affect me, but I figured it'd probably be easier to fix at that point. But it is what it is. Here we are, so, you know, figured we'd fix it. I got a plan. It's a plan full of holes, but a plan nonetheless. Well, it worked on the internet. Heck with it. Every 5-minute job is 2 days from completion. So here's a question. Why is the frame bent here? Every 35 to 40 frame does this, and that's where the, you know, the bumper bracket mounts, but what's the purpose of this little bend here? I don't see any reasoning behind it. This is a much better idea. Plus, I think I can put a tow hitch on it, which may be handy later on. Do a little cleanup, welded it. Well, that is one heck of an improvement that I did not plan on doing, but I'm glad I did. Now I got big plans for towing stuff. Maybe I'll have to build a camper to go with it. Who knows? We'll see what happens, but that is all right. So now I think we're ready to flip this thing over and to do the bottom, which I probably won't be showing you because I'm going to Florida. So we'll see you whenever. Thanks, bye.